Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we will be covering EDA, Exploratory Data Analysis. So what's EDA? The purpose of EDA is to help us get insight into our data and identify the pattern and the relationship between the different columns. In layman terms, we can say that you can think yourself एज ए डिटेक्टिव एंड आपको क्या करना है कि आप अपने आप को डिटेक्टिव समझो और आपको डाटा के बारे में जो भी ट्रूथ है उसको अनकवर करना है. सो फॉर दैट पर्पस you need to do EDA about the data, or you need to do exploratory data analysis in order to uncover the relationship or uncover the truth about the data. So in layman terms we have understand what is EDA, and if we note down the definition for the EDA, so we can say that EDA is the process of data analysis or describing the data by the means of any statistical or visualization tools or any graph, we can say. uh, and why we are doing this? In order to bring some important aspects of the data into focus. As I have said that you think of yourself as a detective and you are trying to uncover the truth about the data. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to focus on the important aspects of the data for further analysis. Okay, so this is the basic meaning of EDA. Now if you're trying to understand why we are doing the EDA, so let's understand why we are trying to do EDA with a example. Suppose I am trying to cook a biryani. Okay, I am taking the example of a biryani. More specific, I will be taking the example of a veg biryani because I am non-veg, because I am pure vegetarian. So I will be taking the example of a veg biryani. Suppose I want to cook a veg biryani. So what all things we will be needed? What are the raw materials you will be needed? Will be needed vegetables, then rice, then you need some spices, you need oil as well, you need water, salt, and many more things. Okay, these are the raw materials for a veg biryani. So what are the steps involved in cooking a veg biryani? First we will clean all the vegetables, we will clean rice as well. Okay, then we will add all the ingredients in a specific quantity. Okay, and your veg biryani will be ready. Okay, suppose if we do not follow these steps, then what will be the output? What will be the output? The output will be poor, or we can say that it will be tasteless, or it will be taste bad. Okay, but suppose if we follow all the steps properly, then what will be the output? It will be tasty. The veg biryani will be the tasty. So these are the steps we need to follow before making making a veg biryani. In the same manner, if you want to get a good output or decent output from any ML model, what we need to do is, before training the data on any machine learning model, you first need to clean your data. You first need to do the exploratory data analysis so that you will have the uh, clear insight about the data, that how your data is behaving, what's the hidden pattern inside the data. Understood? सो ईडीए हम क्यों करते हैं, एक्सप्लोरेटिव डाटा एनालिसिस क्यों करते हैं? अगर हम एक्सप्लोरेटिव डाटा एनालिसिस नहीं करेंगे तो क्या होगा कि हमारा जो आउटकम होगा और किसी मशीन लर्निंग मॉडल का वो पुअर होगा, सेटिस्फैक्टरी आउटपुट हमें नहीं मिलेगा. सो वी कैन से दैट व्हाई वी नीड ईडीए. फर्स्ट, टू improve the ML model performance. Okay. Second, we need to understand our data better. How the data is correlated with each other, how the different columns are correlated with each other, how the dependent and independent columns are correlated with each other, is there any outliers in the data or not, and how we are going to handle the outliers, and also about the missing columns. So many more things. We to see all these things we need EDA, explorative data analysis. The main purpose of explorative data analysis is to improve the performance of the model and to get the better insights of the data. Okay, so we can say that EDA helps us to get familiar with the data and shows us how to clean the data by identifying the missing values, outliers, and other issues that might be needed to be addressed. Okay, but EDA कैसे help करता है हमें? EDA help us to get familiar with the data, shows us how to clean the data by identifying the missing values, outliers, and many more things. See, one thing is very important in EDA, that in EDA, especially data analysis, we are only doing the data analysis. We are not doing any, we are not changing the value. We are not fulfilling, we are not filling any missing values. All these things, filling the missing value, handling the outliers, handling the category columns, all these things comes under the feature engineering. So in this part, we will always be saying the how many missing values are there in the columns, how many numerical columns are there, what are the categorical columns available in the data sets. So we will looking after these after the these aspects of the data. After that, after EDA, what we will do? We will after EDA what we will be doing? We will be doing feature engineering, where we will be handling the missing value and many more things. After feature engineering, what will we do? Feature selection. See, there may be lots and lots of ingredient available in your kitchen, but you don't need to use all the ingredients in for making the biryani. आप बिरयानी बनाने के टाइम सब कुछ तो यूज नहीं करोगे ना. जैसे आपके फॉर एग्जांपल आपके किचन में दूध भी होगा, दही भी होगा, छाछ भी होगा, स्वीट्स भी होंगे, मिठाई भी होंगे, चाय पत्ती भी होगी, तो क्या आप बिरयानी बनाने सब कुछ यूज करोगे? नहीं, ऑफ कोर्स नॉट ना. सेम वे, for making for doing any project, data science project, uh, for doing any data science project, there will be a lots and lots of column available, and lots of feature will be available in your data, but you will have to choose your features. What do you say? We have to choose your feature correctly, so that the output, the performance of the machine learning model will be good. If you do not choose the if you do not choose your ingredients, what will happen? It will taste bad. In the same manner, if you do not choose your the features correctly, which features are important and how, suppose that there may be columns, कुछ columns ऐसे होंगे जो positively correlated होंगे with output columns, कुछ columns ऐसे होंगे जो negatively correlated होंगे with output columns, और कुछ कॉलम्स ऐसे भी होंगे जिसका कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा आउटपुट कॉलम्स पे. सो वी शुड ड्रॉप दैट कॉलम्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, वी विल सी ऑल दिस थिंग्स विथ एग्जांपल इन आवर upcoming video. For example, we are taking here house price prediction data set from the Kaggle. So in there, you will see that there is a column called index column. We do not need that column. उसका कोई जरूरत नहीं है हमें, उसका कोई आउटपुट पे कोई असर नहीं पड़ रहा. So we need to drop that columns. Okay. So after feature selection, what we need to do? We need to do machine learning ML training, and after that, after training, we need to deploy the model. So these are the some basic steps involved in any data science project. For your kind information, any data scientist spends 70% of his time in exploratory data analysis, in doing simply exploratory data analysis, to analyze the data, to clean the data, to get the better insights from the data. It takes a lots and lots of time. बहुत ज़्यादा time जाता है इसमें. Once your data is clean and your data is ready, then running any machine learning model is not a big deal. Understood? सो आफ्टर वंस हमारे पास अपना डाटा तैयार है, सो उससे करना ही क्या, उसके ऊपर आपको मशीन लर्निंग मॉडल लगाइए और फिर उसका परफॉर्मेंस देखिए आप कैसा परफॉर्मेंस दे रहा है नहीं दे रहा है वो. एंड अगर फॉर बेटर परफॉर्मेंस यू नीड टू डू फॉर द हाइपर पैरामीटर ट्यूरिंग, ये सब आप कर सकते हो. लेकिन उससे पहले क्या करना होगा कि आपका अपना जो रॉ डाटा है उसे सही ढंग से तैयार करना होगा, ताकि आपका जो मशीन लर्निंग मॉडल है वो अच्छे से काम कर सके उस डाटा पे. इसलिए कोई भी डाटा साइंटिस्ट जो होता है वो 70% ऑफ द टाइम जो होता है अपने प्रोजेक्ट का वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक्सप्लोरेटरी डाटा एनालिसिस पे स्पेंड करता है. दैट्स वाई वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस टॉपिक वेरी थ्रोली. बहुत अच्छे से समझना होगा हमें इस टॉपिक्स को कि एक्सप्लोरेटरी डाटा एनालिसिस कैसे करते हैं और क्या क्या स्टेप्स इसमें इन्वॉल्व है. लेट्स स्टार्ट. Let's try to understand the exploratory data analysis by taking an example. We will take a housing price prediction data set from Kaggle. It's easily available, uh, and so let's start. फर्स्ट सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे हम लोग, क्या करेंगे, वी विल बी इंपोर्टिंग द लाइब्रेरीज. सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट लाइब्रेरीज वी विल बी इंपोर्टिंग सच एज pandas, numpy, matplot, seaborn. pandas एंड numpy बेसिकली यूज करेंगे क्योंकि हमें कुछ स्टैटिकल टूल्स चलाने होंगे, कुछ डाटा को देखना होगा, उसके लिए हमें pandas और numpy यूज करेंगे. एंड ग्राफ ये सब प्लॉट करने के लिए matplot और seaborn का यूज करेंगे. सो लेट्स इंपोर्ट द सम लाइब्रेरीज. import pandas as pd. Same way we will import numpy as np. and as I said हम लोग ग्राफ एंड ऑल के लिए मैटप्लॉट एंड सीबॉर्न को यूज करेंगे. इसलिए लेट्स इंपोर्ट मैटप्लॉट lib dot pyplot as plt. After that I will import seaborn. Import seaborn as sns. One more thing we have to do that in order to display the graph correctly in this Jupyter notebook, we need to write one more line of code. Percentage matplot lib inline. Okay, these are the it's giving a error. Why? Oh, there is typing mistake. Now it will not throw error. Okay, one more thing, we need to display all the columns of the data frame. In order to that we need to set display option to maximum. How we will do that? pd dot pandas dot set underscore option. What will we write? We will pass a parameter called display dot maximum underscore column. Okay, so that we can see all the columns of our data set. Otherwise some columns will be hidden and we will not be able to see the columns properly. Now let's get the data. I have already uploaded the data in my Jupyter notebook. So now let's read the data. Data set is equal to pd dot read underscore csv. Dataset here is in the csv format, so we are using pd dot reads underscore csv. And what's the name of the data? It's train dot csv. So okay, now let's see the our data. Dataset dot head. See, this is my data. By default it will be showing only top 5 columns and all the rows, all the columns. By default it will be only showing top 5 rows and all the columns. But if you wish to see more data set, suppose you wish to see top 10 rows, then you just need to pass 10 over here, and it will display top 10 columns. Suppose you wish to see bottom 10 columns, then what you need to do? Dataset dot tail. It will give you bottom 10 columns. See, now let's see the shape and size of the column, shape and size of the dataset. We always, it's a good practice that you always comment before writing the code. Okay, print all the print the shape of dataset. So we will write print dataset dot shape. It will give you the shape of the dataset. See, 1460. What does this represent? It represents the number of the rows available in the dataset, and 81 is the number of the columns in our datasets. So the datasets have 81 columns and 1460 rows. Now, what are the steps involved in the exploratory data analysis? Let's see what are the steps involved in the exploratory data analysis. Let's note it down. What are the steps involved in the exploratory data analysis? In data analysis, we will analyze, find the below stuff. Okay, first one will be, we will be seeing the missing values. We will see here the percentage of the missing value and the rows which are columns which are having the missing values. Then we will be seeing all the numerical columns. Okay, after that we will see the distribution of the numerical column. Next, what will be seeing the categorical columns. After that, we will check for the outliers. Next, relationship between the independent. We will be checking for the relationship between independent and dependent columns. Next, we will be seeing the correlation between the columns. These all, we will be going through all these steps in our exploratory data analysis. Now, first one. What is the first one? पहला क्या है? Missing values. See, How we can check for the missing value? We'll simply write dataset dot is null. Is null is a function which will give you all the missing values present in the columns. Is null dot sum. There is a typing mistake. There should be bracket after that. Sum. See, it shows id has 0 missing values, ms.subclass has 0 missing value, ms zoning has 0 missing values, lot frontage had 259 missing values. Okay, so in this way you can see the missing value, but it do not displays all the columns. See, some columns are missing. So in order to see it properly, what we'll be doing that we will be writing a list comprehension. We will be passing a list comprehension. For that we will be writing a code features for features in dataset dot columns. Then we will be writing the condition if dataset features dot is null. Same, we will be writing the same command, same thing. Let's copy paste over here. Sum greater than 1. Okay, so we have written a command. What will be the output of this command? It will give us all the columns which will have at least one missing values. So greater than 1 and greater than and equal to 1. So ये हमें क्या देगा? All ये हमें देगा सारे columns जिसमें at least एक भी missing values हैं. So let's see the columns which are having the missing value at least one missing value. Invalid syntax error. Why this is invalid syntax error? Okay, we need to put it in the bracket. We need to pass this as a list. So now it will not throw error. See, these are the columns which has the missing value. इस सारे columns के पास missing value है एक या एक से ज़्यादा. Because we have written our command condition that greater than or equal to 1. So सारे columns जिसके पास एक या एक से ज़्यादा missing values है, ये वो सारे columns को show करेगा. So these are the columns which are having at least one missing values. Now how what we can do one thing that we can store this under a variable. वेरिएबल में स्टोर कर लेते हैं इसे जल्दी से. फीचर्स with missing values. Okay, equal to. Now let's see. All the missing values column. Sorry, these are columns which are having the missing values. Okay, now we will write a Python command to print the percentage of the missing values in each columns. We will see how many which columns have what percentage of the missing values. So let's see. Let's write a command. We will comment over here that dataset with percentage missing values. It's always a good practice to comment so that you will come to know what you are doing in these steps. आपको खुद पता चलेगा जब आप बाद में देखोगे. आप जब कोई भी आप प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हो तो वो बहुत लंबा टाइम टेकिंग प्रोसेस होता है. सो इट्स गुड प्रैक्टिस टू ऑलवेज कमेंट सो डैट आप 1 या 2 महीने बाद जब भी उस कोई प्रॉब्लम आता है और आप अपने कोड को देख रहे होते हो तो आपको कमेंट के थ्रू इजीली मालूम चल जाएगा कि आपने वो पीस ऑफ कोड जो है किस लिए लिखा है. ठीक है, सो इट्स ऑलवेज अ गुड प्रैक्टिस टू कमेंट फॉर फीचर in we have stored in this column in this variable. Okay, for feature in features with nan, we will iterate through it and we will write a command to print all the missing values with percentage feature np dot round. We will round up to 4 at least. We will round up to 4 decimal place. Okay, data set will pass feature over here, then is null. Same piece of code we will be writing is null. Now we will be calculating the mean of it, mean of the missing values, and we will be multiplying with 100 so that it will give the missing values in percentage. Okay, and as I said, we will round up to 4 decimal places. Okay, 4. Let's see the percentage. See, L has 93% of the 93% of the data as missing values. Lot frontage has only 70%, 70% of 70% missing values. This column has only about 2.5% of missing values, and you can see for rest of the columns. See, this miscellaneous feature have 96% as the missing values. So what we can do that, it's a good practice. If any column has more than 50% of the missing values, it's better to drop that column. Okay, जब भी किसी कॉलम में 50% ऑफ द डाटा जो है मिसिंग वैल्यू है, तो आप उसको बेटर है कि आप ड्रॉप कर दो, सो डैट बिकॉज इट्स नो यूज, नो, बिकॉज 50% से ज्यादा डाटा आप उसमें मिसिंग वैल्यू है, तो हाउ कैन यू रिप्लेस दैट मिसिंग वैल्यू. Okay, so it's better to drop that column those have having more than 50% of the missing values. Okay, let's write one more piece of code for better visualization. Percentage missing values. So we will come to that this represents the percentage missing values. Okay, now this looks better. Okay, so we have seen the missing values. Now let's print some plot. Let's plot some diagram. First, what we will do that we will make a copy of the data set. Data is equal to let's use df. Df is equal to dataset dot copy. Okay, after that we will be writing a for loop for feature in features with nan. So what will we do here that we will make a variable. Suppose the column, so we will make a variable that indicate 1 if the observation has missing values and 0 if the observation do not have the missing values. Okay, let's make a variable that indicate 1 if the so I have commented it down. Let's make a variable that indicate 1. Let indicate 1 if the observation has the missing value and 0 otherwise. you will come to understand once I have complete the code. Data will pass our feature, not data. Here we are storing it in the df. No, we have make the copy of our data set in df. So df np dot mean np dot where data feature dot is null. जहाँ जहाँ null होगा उसको 1 से रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, बाकी हम लोग उसको 0 से रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे. ओके. आफ्टर दैट हम लोग क्या करेंगे, हम लोग सेल्स प्राइस क्रिएट करेंगे वेयर द इंफॉर्मेशन इज मिसिंग और प्रेजेंट. ठीक है, हम लोग सेल्स प्राइस कैलकुलेट करेंगे विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू मिसिंग वैल्यू. ओके. एंड हम लोग देखेंगे कि सेल्स प्राइस कैसे वेरी कर रहा है, जहां जहां मिसिंग वैल्यू है और जहां मिसिंग वैल्यू नहीं है उसके साथ सेल्स प्राइस कैसे वेरी कर रहा है. ओके. सो फर्स्ट दैट वी विल for that we will group by it. We will use a group by function. Group by feature, then we will use sell price. Now here what will we use, mean or median. Here we will be using median. Why median? हम लोग मीडियन की इसलिए यूज करेंगे बिकॉज हो सकता है कि सेल्स प्राइस में कुछ या फिर यहाँ पे कुछ आउटलायर्स हो सकते हैं. सो इन ऑर्डर टू ओवरकम वी विल यूज मीडियन. जब हम मीडियन की यूज करते हैं तो उस पर आउटलायर्स का प्रभाव नहीं पड़ता है. सो टू ओवरकम द मीडियन, सॉरी टू ओवरकम द आउटलायर्स वी विल यूज मीडियन. And we will be using the bar plot. Okay. plt dot title क्या देना है हमें उसको बताएंगे हम. plt dot title feature and फिर से शो कर देंगे plt dot show. Now let's see. Okay, it's throwing an error. Why is throwing a error? Name data is not defined. Okay, I have made a copy of data in df. No, so I have used in somewhere data, that's why it's throwing a error. Understood? So where data, here see, here I have written data, it should be df because हमने जो डाटा सेट की कॉपी बनाया है वो df नाम की वेरिएबल में बनाया है. that's why it was throwing error. Now it will not throw error. Okay, column not found, sell price. Okay, I think I have the name of the column is something different. I have made a mistake while writing the column name. Let's check what's the column name. Sell price. Okay, P should be capital. I have written this in small, I think. Yes, see, it's good to have error to make mistake so that you will learn. You will only learn after making mistakes, so it's good to make mistake. Sales group by object had no median. Typo error. Now see, as I said, the column missing value will be represented by 1 and non-missing value will be represented at 0. So lot frontage has the missing values. The, the missing value has higher price as compared to the non-missing values. And again, LA also same. Missing value has higher price as compared to non-missing values. Same for this column and this column also. Missing values has higher price as compared to non-missing values. For this one, mm, non-miss non-missing values has higher price. Okay, okay. So we can write our observation over here. इट्स ऑलवेज गुड टू राइट द ऑब्जर्वेशन कि हम जो अभी काम किए हैं, जो हमने प्लॉट किया है, उससे क्या आउटपुट आ रहा है, उस ऑब्जर्वेशन को हमेशा लिखना चाहिए. वी शुड ऑलवेज नोट इट डाउन व्हाट आवर ऑब्जर्वेशन. ओके, हियर वी कैन सी दैट द मिसिंग वैल्यूज हैव व्हाट्स द ऑब्जर्वेशन. So let's write down our observation here. Here with the relation between the missing values and the dependent columns is clearly visible. हम देख सकते हैं कि मिसिंग वैल्यू के साथ डिपेंडेंट कॉलम कैसे वैरी कर रहा है. सो वी नीड टू replace these NaN values with something meaningful, which we will do in feature layering section. Okay, we will हम जो भी मिसिंग वैल्यू को इससे रिप्लेस करेंगे वो सब चीज़ हम किसमें देखेंगे, अपने फीचर इंजीनियरिंग सेक्शन में के पार्ट में देखेंगे कि हम किससे रिप्लेस करते हैं और कैसे रिप्लेस करते हैं. ओके, नाउ लेट्स हैव अ लुक अबाउट द न्यूमेरिकल कॉलम्स. Okay, now let's have a look about the numerical column. Dataset dot info. It will give you the detailed information about the columns. See, there are some of the columns. These columns are numerical. Some columns, these columns are also numerical, but of float type. These columns are of categorical columns. So it also shows the number of missing values. As I have said that what is the size shape of the dataset. हमारे dataset का shape क्या था? The number of rows were 1460 and number of columns were 81 columns. So see, these columns have no missing values. इसमें कोई मिसिंग वैल्यू नहीं है, और इसमें मिसिंग वैल्यूज है एल में, यू कैन सी दैट वी हैव ऑल्सो सीन इन अबव, पहले हम देख चुके हैं कि एल में सी इसमें मिसिंग वैल्यूज है, सेम चीज़ बता रहा है यहाँ पे कि एल में मिसिंग वैल्यूज है, बट हियर वी आर लुकिंग फॉर न्यूमेरिकल कॉलम्स. ओके, so how we can get the list of the numerical columns? लिस्ट ऑफ न्यूमेरिकल कॉलम कैसे मिलेगा हमें? डाटा सेट, सपोज वी सी, यहाँ पे क्या है, ये सेल प्राइस, ये क्या है, न्यूमेरिकल कॉलम है. सो लेट्स राइट ए पीस ऑफ कोड, डाटा सेट डॉट डाटा सेट सेल प्राइस डॉट डी टाइप्स. डी टाइप्स व्हाट, क्या देगा ये हमें कि इसका जो डाटा टाइप है, ओके, इसका डाटा टाइप्स नॉट इक्वल टू ओ. वाई ओ? टाइपिंग मिस्टेक. क्या दे रहा है सी, ये क्या दे रहा है, ट्रू. तो हमारे सेल्स प्राइस जो है उसका डाटा टाइप क्या है, वो इंटीजर टाइप है, वो न्यूमेरिकल कॉलम है बेसिकली. इसलिए ओ क्या रिप्रेजेंट करे यहाँ, ऑब्जेक्ट. वी आर यूजिंग ओ फॉर ऑब्जेक्ट मीन्स कैटेगरी कॉलम्स. सो यहाँ सेल्स प्राइस क्या है, हमारा न्यूमेरिकल कॉलम है. सो वी हैव रिटन ए कंडीशन हियर कि हमारा जो सेल्स प्राइस का डाटा टाइप है क्या वो ऑब्जेक्ट की तरह नहीं है, तो वो ऑफ कोर्स वी कैन सी फ्रॉम हियर दैट ये ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, इसलिए रिप्रेजेंट क्या दे रहा है हमें, ट्रू. बट इफ यू सी, we will check for another column, cell type. Let's use cell type, cell type. देखो क्या थ्रो करेगा यहाँ पे, क्या शो करेगा यहाँ पे, ट्रू और फॉल्स. इट विल गिव यू फॉल्स. लेट्स वेट, it will execute. Okay, typing error, T should be capital. It's cell type data type not equal to object. It should be false, no? Okay, it should be capital C. So it will give you false because सेल टाइप का जो डाटा टाइप है, सेल टाइप कॉलम का जो डाटा टाइप है वो एक ऑब्जेक्ट है, और सेल प्राइस का डाटा टाइप जो क्या है वो न्यूमेरिकल है. सो इट विल गिव यू ट्रू. ओके, so using the same logic we will write a code. We will to get all the numerical columns, numerical underscore wait, for numerical we will write, what we will do, we will write a list comprehension feature for feature in dataset dot column if we will pass a condition over here. क्या कंडीशन पास करेंगे हम लोग, सेम कंडीशन. you will write the same condition. Let's copy. If dataset sale price is not equal, instead of sale price what we will be doing, we will be passing feature not equal feature dot data type not equal to object, and we will put in it inside the bracket so that it will not throw error. Otherwise Since it's a list comprehension, we should always keep inside a square bracket. See. Again typing error. Again typing error. Feature. 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 Why this is giving error? Okay, okay. It should not be inside the curly inverted comma. This should not be inside the C. These are my numerical columns. Let's store it inside a variable called numerical feature. Numerical underscore feature equal to, it will give, and let's now print all the feature. These are the features which are numerical in natures. ओके ये सारे वो कॉलम्स है जिसका डाटा टाइप क्या है, न्यूमेरिकल्स है. ठीक है. नाउ लेट्स प्रिंट our numerical features. Let's see the columns what it contains. Print. Let's first print the length. कितने हम ये जानने की कोशिश करते हैं पहले कि कितने कॉलम्स है जो हमारे न्यूमेरिकल है. टोटल 81 कॉलम्स है, तो आउट ऑफ 81 हमारे कितने कॉलम्स है जो न्यूमेरिकल है. So what we will do, we will simply use length function to calculate the number of numerical columns. Okay. We can just copy paste. Okay. See, there are 38 columns which are numerical in nature. Now let's see the data set for that. See, these are all numerical features. You can see that. So from these features, numerical figures, we can extract some more information like see, see year build, this column, this column. Here we can see that these are date time. Okay, these are the years. Okay, these are years. These are years. Year removed, add, and furthermore at the end also we can see years sold 2008, 2007, 2008, 2006. So these are date time values. So we can further extract some desired output, some valuable output from here. So let's see. Temporal variables. What are temporal variables? These are those variables which are having date, these are date time variables. Okay, temporal variables are date time variables. So you will see that feature for feature in, yes, I have already copied that variable name, numerical feature. If here I will explain you after writing the code why have why I writing year and all. Year in feature or year in feature. Let's keep it inside a bracket. See, these are the columns which are having date time as variables. See what code I have written for feature in numerical feature. For feature in numerical feature, we are writing basically a list comprehensor. So numerical feature, this variable contains all the numerical columns. So what I have written for feature in numerical columns, if year in the feature or year in the feature range, what will it give? ये हमें क्या देगा? For year ये हमें वैसे कॉलम्स देंगे जिसके नाम में या तो हमारे वाई आर आ रहा हो या फिर ईयर आ रहा हो। तो ये सारे कॉलम ऐसे कॉलम्स है जिसका डाटा टाइप्स ये है क्या है, या जो डेट टाइम वेरिएबल्स को होल्ड करता हो। इसीलिए सी ईयर बिल्ड, ईयर ईयर रिमॉडल्ड एडेड, गैरेज ईयर बिल्ड, इसके नाम में ईयर आ रहा है, इसके नाम में वाई आर आ रहा है। ये सारे ऐसे कॉलम्स है जिसका डाटा टाइप डेट टाइम टाइप का है, डेट और टाइम के टाइप का है। ठीक है, let's store this inside a variable called year underscore feature, and now copy that, just copy that, control C. These are the variables which are containing date times. Now just iterate over it for feature in year feature colon print will print all the unique values. Okay, feature dot dataset feature dot unique. Mistake. See, these are the unique values of each columns. Understood? These are the unique values of each columns. Now what we will do that we will try to plot a graph and we will see that how years sold, how the sale price varies with the years sold. Okay, so let's write a code. Dataset dot group by what are columns we are interested in? Years sold and sale price. Okay, S should be capital, P should be also capital, sale price, uh, sale price dot median. In order to handle the outliers, we are using median dot plot. Now let's provide the x level, plt dot x level. क्या होगा हमारा x level? हमारा x level होगा year sold. In same manner plt dot y level, और y level क्या होगा हमारा? y level हम होगा हमारा हाउस प्राइस। Next, you need to provide the title for the plot so that हमें समझ में आए कि हम किसके बीच में ग्राफ प्लॉट किए हैं। हाउस प्राइस versus year sold. Year sold. It's a string, so we need to keep it inside the inverted comma here, inside the quotes. Okay. Now, okay, it's throwing a error. Why? Year sold. I think year sold should be in capital. Again, it's throwing a error. Column not found. Sale price. Sale price. Okay. P should be capital. अच्छा मैं बोल रहा था उस टाइम P कैपिटल बोल रहा था बट लिखा नहीं मैंने. So it was giving a error. C. 2007 तक जो प्राइस था वो बढ़ रहा था, but after 2007 we are seeing that there is a decrease in the price and it is still decreasing till 2010. Anyone remember what happens in 2008? Around 2008 there was a recession in USA. That's why the housing price, you are seeing that it's decreasing after 2007 onwards. Okay, let's stop here. We will continue again in another video because it's almost about 1 hour long video. So हम यहाँ पे रुकते हैं और जो रेस्ट ऑफ पार्ट है वो अगले वीडियो में हम लोग कवर करने का प्रयास करेंगे.